Hey everyone, how are we doing? My name is Tim Pongares and this is Focus on Detailing. Today's video is all about cleaning up the new rig as well as finding out if Shine Supply can keep up with their impressive track record. With me today is the Fiance's new rig, which I'll be doing an in-depth review on later down the track. It does need a quick clean as well as a protective layer. Now, Shine Supply's Punch It will be acting as that protective layer. Without messing around too much, let's get straight into it and see what it can do.
First of all, she needs to be clean, so bear with me while we give her a quick bath and decontamination. If you'd like to skip the general clean, just jump to around this time here. This was the first clean she received, so it was a little dirty, but nothing too extreme. A quick iron decontamination for the wheels, followed by a rinse down. Further agitation with soapy water, and the trusty wheel woolies and ball hair brush. To lastly, thoroughly rinse down again. No foam cannon today, but a thorough pressure wash to remove light mess before following with the 2-bucket method, using Jay Leno's Garage, Clean Strip and a Cloud Burst wash mitt. Clean Strip is an easy but light way to remove existing waxes and sealants. Essentially, you're washing while stripping, as the name suggests, prepping the surfaces for a superior bond with the new protective layer, though we will be going into a slightly more thorough process next. Bringing out CarPro Iron X, I generously gave each panel a good zesting, letting it rest for several minutes to react before thoroughly rinsing off. There was some slight iron buildup, but nothing too crazy. Now what we're doing here is creating a reaction between this product and particular contaminating compounds, like iron fallout across the car. It helps dissolve the buildup, which if left can impinge on the later protective coating's overall performance, be it a wax, sealant or ceramic coating. This rig was in need of a paint correction, which you'll see later. That's when I'll include the clay bar treatment, but for the purpose of this video, I'm happy to be finishing up with the cleaning steps. With that all done, the car was dried and I could finally start using Shine Supply's Punch It. So for this application, I have 2 towels. I'll be using the low pile side of this microfiber towel to evenly spread the product. Then this separate towel to buff to hopefully a clean, streak-free finish. A quick zest over half the bonnet, then spread to cover the area evenly. Since no time was specified, I'll be buffing straight after spreading it around. Immediate results is all I can say. Feeling slick and from what I can tell, easy enough to clean the residue under this light, which on a swelled out surface is a pleasant surprise. Light scratches can come with issues of having the product rest within them, continually being spread as you try to buff the surface, but even so, it was still an easy task. Just be wary when spraying directly on a panel that you make sure to wipe any overspray as you will likely get some. If it is a hot day, I would recommend spraying into the towel first, then applying. While working here, I think it would be good to break down what Punch It actually is. It's a detail spray with a little extra, labelled as a Synergy spray. From Shine Supply themselves, Synergy, the interaction of 2 or more substances to produce a combined effect greater than the sum of their separate effects. It acts essentially as a spray sealant infused with ceramic. Now the term ceramic is usually way overused in the detailing product world, so I'm usually a little skeptical, but it is stated to also incorporate silica, which is a key component as that of the longer lasting coatings, with what I assume less content. I can't physically break down the chemical components to find out, but usually the way I'd know is the bond, longevity and water behaviour over the surface. Many variables obviously, but there's other ways to find out its abilities, which we'll see soon. It didn't take me long to cover this large ute, but I did leave one of the rear panels to coat in a wax to test its smearing over a pre-existing protected surface. I wanted to find how it would go on rough paint, protected paint and polished, as we'll see later. I waited a day before applying Punch It over the wax. and there was no issues with smearing, easily being laid down on top with no residue left behind. Now this will be acting as a protective sacrificial layer over the protective wax that's protecting the painted surface underneath. Win-win. This is one of the main uses for this product, though easily a standalone protective spray. It helps boost existing coats. Over 24 hours had passed plus a dust storm, and this is how the car was holding up. Obviously there was dust, but nothing to pull your hair out over, though you'll see why it's great having a protected surface. It doesn't really specify a wait time before wetting, but it's good to wait at least a day for it to properly bond. As the water hit the bodywork, it collected the dust and safely dragged it away. You can see the dust encapsulated within the beads. Rather than sticking, it's easily rinsed off. This is what I assume their clean up for longer statement refers to. In a dusty environment like here, you'll never get dust repellency like what you might wish for, but it's the ease of washing that counts. Now this CX-5 had just received a complete single stage correction, and I thought why not treat it to a layer of Punch It. Same results as before with the Tunland, easy on, easy off. What's great about Punch It is that it can be used on a variety of surfaces, which is lucky as this Mazda has a few. Plastic's looking much better with a good spray. Like any protective coating, realistically what they're laid down on can drastically change their performance with appearance, application, longevity and water repellency. The Ute is in need of correction as stated, and clay barring treatment is overdue, but Punch It still worked so well on this rig. Looked better, felt better, and it was satisfying knowing that it was so easily protected until further work was done. I believe it did have decent dust repelling abilities. Can't get a better example than a black car. I had applied it and even after almost a full day, minimal mess was left resting. And if you live around this area, you'd know that's an achievement, even in a garage. Fantastic hydrophobic ability, even on the flattest of surfaces, like this hard lid. That would have only been better with more work done. Application was pretty good. Always good to backtrack to make sure residue is removed, and I would recommend more than one tower to apply and buff. In terms of longevity, I've looked around for how long it lasts, but couldn't find anything. It's still holding strong now, and I'd assume much like their other products, I'd be hopeful for around several months. Overall, a fantastic product that boosts the car's looks and makes maintenance that much easier. At around $40 a bottle, it goes a long way, and I'd be happy to say it's worth it. On that positive note, I'll be closing up this video. Thank you for watching and I hope you enjoyed this one. Take care, and I'll catch you all later.